Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining this webinar. We are about to dive into a real-world use case where Geotrilho and Sixsense Helimap, with the support of our TopoDOT solutions, combine forces to tackle complex corridor projects. Of course, for faster delivery, efficient operations, and with better data-driven insights than ever before. So the things you will hear, basically how aerial LiDAR, smart processing, and digital twin production workflows are transforming infrastructure projects. So let's meet the experts behind this webinar. And well, I'll start with me as a moderator. So my name is Filipe Pinto. I'm a licensed surveyor with 15 plus years of experience, and I have a master's degree in science and geographic information systems. I'm currently the director of business development at TopoDOT for the EMEA and Asia regions. And of course, it's a pleasure to present today's webinar with an amazing team. So if you guys want to connect with me, feel free to scan this QR code and drop me a message. I will follow up with you for sure in a short amount of time. And well, today I have with me Miguel Costa, Managing Director at Geotrilho, and Rafael Torro, Sales Manager at Sixsense Helimap. Like I said, our great speakers who we will get to know in a bit. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining me.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Great. So,
good to be here.
Well, I'm glad to host you here in today's webinar. And well, let's get to know you guys a little bit more. And before we start with the topic of this webinar, Rafa, can you tell us more about Sixsense Helimap, and of course your role at the company and what you guys specialize in? Well, just in short, introduce us to Sixsense and also introduce yourself, please.
Of course. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Rafael Torro. I'm the sales manager at Sixsense Helimap. I am geographer with an advanced studies in LiDAR and 15 years of experience in the geospatial world. So I've been here for a bit. Let me introduce Sixsense Helimap to you. It's a Swiss company founded in 2005. At the time, we were among the first to develop and use LiDAR systems mounted on helicopters for mapping and geospatial purposes. The company began by monitoring avalanches in the Swiss Alps, and over time, we gradually expanded our scope. Our technology and experience evolved since then, and this is why today about 50% of our job is focused now on railways, highways, and power line projects. That project that requires high density, precision, and accuracy. What hasn't changed is our core objective to keep improving the way we acquire data and process data. We operate worldwide with 8 LiDAR systems and 1 mobile mapping unit. All of them are designed in-house using Regal and Phase 1 components. Each one is slightly different to be able to answer all potential questions and demands that the client could have, but this allows us to choose the most suitable approach for each project. If we need high or ultra dense, ultra point density, or if we need a multi-scan angle, or maybe a lightweight system to be able to work abroad, and depending on this, we will choose the one that fits your project most. And as the saying goes, we like to say that power is nothing without control. I mean, behind the technology, behind the scenes, we have a team of 18 engineers and LiDAR specialists who focus on understanding the context and technical needs of every project and make sure the data we deliver is accurate and consistent. And then depending on the client needs, we always choose, as I said, the best technical and economical approach. And that's actually how we met and how we collaborate with Geotrilho and how it started. Many years ago, we found that a new need of high density airborne LiDAR data. So we thought that with our high density LiDAR data combined with Geotrilho know-how and using TopoDOT, we could become together a game changer for infrastructure projects.
Well, that's great. Thanks for the introduction, Rafa. Well, your turn, Miguel. What is the Geotrilho role in rail and also role road infrastructure and engineering space, and of course, what is your focus within the company? And well, by the way, since you guys are part of our TopoDOT community, what is your typical use case for TopoDOT solutions, and what kind of or what sort of projects are you handling?
Okay, so in fact, Geotrilho has always operated in the infrastructure industry. We are almost celebrating our quarter century, and since the company was founded, our core business has been surveying services on construction sites, from roads to railways, tunnels, and dams. So it's an industry where we can contribute much of our experience and know-how. 20 years ago, not only in Portugal, but also in other markets, there was a large investment in the construction of infrastructure. And over time, we realized that business opportunities were shifting towards a need for maintenance and assets inventory. And when we realized this, we decided to invest in technology and software, of course, that would allow us to provide a clear response to our customers, whether in the amount of data, the speed of data acquisition, or even on data processing and deliverables. And that's where we are today. We have the conditions in-house, and we are gaining more and more skills to keep up with the evolution of the infrastructure industry and its needs. With this partnership that Rafa mentioned before, and the introduction of TopoDOT a few years ago, we were able to go further and became much more competitive. Furthermore, with the tools available and the ease to use of this software, we were able to penetrate a very specific market, the highways and the railways concessionaries. And that's where we are focused right now.
Well, and I'm glad to be part of that process and having working with you to make this happen. So thanks you both for this introduction and insights. And well, I have a question. How did this collaboration start between Geotrilho and Sixth Sense Helimap? Maybe what was the problem, or perhaps the opportunity that brought you together? And of course, how did TopoDOT enter this picture? Maybe Miguel, you can tell us how you came up with the idea of combining the technologies from Sixth Sense and the solutions from TopoDOT. And of course, Rafa, you can also tell us more insights about this partnership as well.
Well, I've actually known Rafa for about 10 years, and we have been in regular contact. So mainly due to a business-to-business mindset that we have inside our company. And for me, it works perfectly. This concept is widely used in the global business today, and allows for commercial transactions and the skill sharing between companies. And with this strategy, we have been strengthening our relationship not only with the traditional competitors, okay, but also with other companies where we can meet some technical needs at a given stage of a project, or vice versa. And the question is, where does Helimap comes in? Well, in 2080, Regal supplied us with the LiDAR equipment, the VUX system. The thing is that the technology is evolving at an unprecedented speed, and considering our company size and our expected ROI, we haven't made any new upgrades to the equipment. And in a way, I can say that we have been stuck in time with the upgrades. Moreover, our customers themselves are more demanding and are increasingly asking for LiDAR data with a point density that, in some cases, our equipment doesn't allow us to get that density.
Okay.
With Helimap, with a specialized company in data acquisition, and the capability they have to quick mobilize to any part of the world, we have established this partnership between companies. They have a wide range of equipment suitable for different project specifications, and they always have the proper solution that meets our clients' needs. Every time we can't get the specifications with our equipments, we have Helimap to work together and get the final project.
Smart choice.
So in the end, we can fly higher, faster, and get an unparalleled amount of LiDAR data. And Geotrilho enters in the final phase. That's where we enter in this entire process, to the feature and asset extraction. Over the years, we have tried several softwares in attempt to speed up the extraction process. And it was only when we discovered TopoDOT and we immediately start to working with that we took this step forward. Okay, so today I can say that we have installed a data processing and the asset extraction capacity that's unmatched by other methods we used previously. I believe that Rafa can talk a little bit more about equipment evolution, if you want.
Yes, of course. I mean, as you said, the client is not only asking for more densities, more precision, more resolution, more. So we have to be up to date. We knew many years ago that we had to be all the time following the market and be able to answer any potential new request or demand that could help at the end your work and clients' demand. So this is what we try to do here at Helimap, and one of these cases is one that we are working together or discussing together is when the client came asking for point density similar to the density that they got from mobile mapping systems, but without the constraints that you could have by surveying a railway on the rail, having to access to complex areas and difficult areas, permits and things like that. So at that time, is so that in 2017 you will see on the chart we were not able to match these densities, so we were a little bit far away from this result. But since 2018 the technology has improved a lot, and now with the latest sensors that we can use, we are close to or even more than 1,000 points per square meter, meaning that we can get this kind of result with all the advantages that we can have by doing the survey from the air. I mean, we do the survey with a non-invasive way, meaning that we can come anytime, survey, and doesn't matter if there is a traffic or whatever, things like this. We can wait that the train goes and so on. We can also, of course, add more sensors to it, not just LiDAR. So LiDAR cameras oblique, so we can get also these visual inspections with 1 centimeter resolution or even better that they could need. We can cover more than the railway itself, so we can get not only the area of interest, but more in case there are external works or other things or other works to be done. So at the end, we bring another approach that is not, maybe for some projects, for example, we have to fly a tunnel. Obviously, we will not be able to do it. Or maybe there are projects that mobile mapping could be the best solution, but there are many others that from the air, we can have the freedom of surveying an area and be efficient, effective, and get a very good result. So you can have, and then here we were explaining a little bit to have an idea, a visual of the LiDAR and the images. We can get, to give you an idea, approximately 1,000 points per square meter at 150 meters for 100 meters, 150 meters width, 300 points per square meter at 300 meters width, meaning that we can cover not only the rail, but much more. And then these applications, you know them very well, for engineering modeling, vegetation encroachment and maintenance, or asset inventory. And if we add on top to this phase 1 cameras, then we can get 1 centimeter resolution images at 120 meters, and then even create new systems as the Pentacam, for example, to have realistic 3D models for city modeling, or ultra-dense photogrammetric point clouds with more than 10,000 points per square meter and 1 centimeter of spatial resolution.
Well, that's impressive, Rafa, and also thanks for explaining us, Miguel, how this partnership and collaboration started. Well, it looks like a very successful approach, and I hope you have more and more projects like this. So, well, in light of what you guys have shared with us, and of course, following the topic of this webinar, well, I have this good example here that illustrates this perfect combination of skills, expertise, technologies, workflow that you guys put together. So let me play the next video. So then you can tell us more about this type of approach to similar projects, and you can share a little bit more with us.
For years, rail corridors have been a difficult place to perform surveying operations. Access to the location is limited, operating windows are tight, rail traffic presents a safety hazard, and safety personnel are required along the corridor. Collecting data from the air would alleviate most of these issues, but airborne sensors did not provide the level of detail needed for design-grade data extraction until now. Helimap by 6th Sense now provides ultra-high-density LiDAR data capture, allowing for manned helicopter data collection to be used for design-grade mapping. This data can be used to map rail track and center lines, overhead catenary wire systems, platform and building outlines, road and power line corridors, and more. The TopoDOT digital twin production process is fully supported by the precise and detailed data achieved by Helimap scanning missions. By combining Helimap and TopoDOT, you can open doors for previously unattainable rail and road corridor projects and shorten their timelines, thus reducing costs. Field-to-finish production can be accomplished in record time, as track time is no longer a requirement for data collection and point cloud processing happens off-site. TopoDOT's feature extraction tools ensure the highest level of efficiency and accuracy, accelerating the survey and mapping workflow. If you are on a tight timeline, or if gaining access to the track corridor is problematic, expedite your project with Helimap's airborne LiDAR and TopoDOT's digital twin production process. There is no better way to get the project done.
This video workflow presents a solution for this type of complex projects. So, well, by the way, thank you both for the work you put together. In your case, Rafa, the data captured by 6th Sense, and to you, Miguel, the feature extraction you've made using TopoDOT. But here I'd like to focus on some key things and ask you guys the following. So projects like this come with real-world complexity, for example, from access limitations to coordination with public agencies and data constraints. So before this kind of approach and workflow, what were your previous pain points for rail projects or other difficult to scan areas? Maybe can each of you walk us through the main challenges you faced and how your respective technologies and, of course, expertise and, by the way, how TopoDOT helped you guys overcome these challenges?
Okay, so with this partnership with Helimap and the introduction of TopoDOT into our workflow, we have been able to go far beyond what our equipment can provide, and with that we have to change the paradigm in our business. Although we continue to use our own equipment for terrestrial mobile scanning on roads and sometimes on railways, from our perspective, airborne LiDAR is by far the most appropriate solution for railways. And the question is why? Well, there are several aspects that can impact a lot in the field operations if we choose to install the equipment on a train instead of aerial LiDAR. But there are three that I have to give special importance to.
And
so
sorry,
the first.
Miguel. Sorry. Well, I see Paul's question, and I think it also help you to basically to describe these reasons as you have mentioned. So Paul was asking like if you can describe the schedule gains achieved when basically using these Helimap sensors, for example, against terrestrial mapping like mobile mapping and other kind of approach. So let us know basically your gains using this kind of methodology.
So with aerial LiDAR, we avoid some constraints that we have with mobile, especially when we are surveying a railway. Okay, so the one of the reasons it's the airborne LiDAR is a non-intrusive solution. Okay, so there's a little or no need to place technicians inside the area of interest, and with that we considerably can reduce the risk of accidents and potential injuries with our to our ground team. We have another reason, it's the operational reasons. As it's a non-intrusive solution, it doesn't impact the normal train circulation on our work. Okay, so when you are using a mobile scan with the equipment on board the train, we are always subject to the train schedules and a strict working plan with asset concessionaries. So if we do this from above, well, it's easy. We enter, we acquire the data, we leave, and in the end, there is no impact on the railway operation. And the third one, it's a technical reason that impacts a lot in this kind of project. It's about the equipment. One of the most important components of LiDAR system is the IMU. It's the inertial motion unit. The information that this component records has a strong impact on the quality of the data. And we are talking about the attitude of the equipment related to the three axes, the pitch, the roll, and the yaw. At the beginning of each trajectory, as before you start to get data, to acquire the LiDAR data, there's a procedure that is necessary to, I would say, to wake up that small box, so that it gains attitude and the sensors are effective in measuring movements. What is recommended by the manufacturer, and we have this experience, of course, it's that it's necessary to make some sudden changes of direction and rapid accelerations and braking. While in an helicopter, this procedure does not bring us any problem. It's quite easy to make some change of directions. In a train running on rails, this procedure always creates some constraints and makes the task much more difficult. Firstly, because it's impossible to change the direction, and secondly, it's impossible to gain speed and stop the LiDAR system in a short space of time, as you can imagine. Then we also have the problem of the drifting. After some time at a low and constant speed, the IMU starts to drift and stop to get accurate data. And his data is so much important for the processing or the trajectory processing. When it happens, we have to stop the data acquisition. We have to repeat all this procedure again and get back to the point we were when the drift began. And with the helicopter, we don't have to face these constraints. It's much more easy to go out the line, make some heights in the air, and go back to the flight line and continues to acquire the data. So that's why airborne LiDAR gains a huge advantage compared with the mobile terrestrial scan.
Yeah, well, yeah, I hear you, and well, like you said, in addition to the safety and operational reasons, which are very important, especially these technical constraints are a key factor, especially when it comes to rail mapping. But Rafa, tell us on the, let's say, technology side, tell us a little bit more about your perspective and what you would recommend to your customers.
I mean, I can say that I agree with you both guys. I mean, for us, the technology, once the technology can do the job, the main challenge is to be efficient and to be performant. So for us, the most important is to be able to do, as Miguel said, the job on time as soon as possible, matching all the requirements that are that the project needs. But especially make sure that we don't waste time on site, or that we cannot access with it, that we cannot work properly, or they cannot. How can I say that we couldn't get the most out of the project. So apart from what he said, I will add maybe 3-4 points. For example, what we have to make sure is that being on the air, we can avoid to have shadows on the data. When we scan on ground level or rail level, all that our eyes cannot see will be shadows on the data. So as high as we can fly and as centered to the axis we can be, the less shadows we will have. So this is something that we know that we can improve by flying or by doing the service on the air. Another thing is, as Miguel said, the unpredictable timing, meaning like we expect to be on site for 2 hours and then we spend 4 days, and then weather comes and we have other problems. So the thing is, from the air we are able to plan exactly at minutes how much time we'll be on site, so we can move on and we can go to the next one. So we don't add time and extra cost to the project. Another thing that is important is, as I said before, we scan not only the axis and the rail, but several meters, and beyond that we can go up to 1,000 meters width, meaning that we don't need anymore to go with GCPs on close to the rails. Okay. And put risk the teams or have a difficult access to put them on site. We can scan these areas with 200-300 meters width, and then put the GCPs and the control points outside from these areas, so we can get the data. We can adjust the data without getting into these areas. And one thing that is important as well is we avoid to do double pass. Sometimes if we have to do some inspection, we have to go with the mobile mapping. You have to go and come back, so you have two scans on the same place. With helicopter, we can do all at once because we have oblique cameras that allow us to get images from both backward and forward. But now there's an improvement since 2024, sorry, where there are new sensors for helicopters that allow as well to scan nadir backward and forward, that the NFB, that Regal calls NFB, meaning that with a single pass we can do the same work that we will be doing with two different pass that in the past. So now with a single pass we can scan the assets from all angles, which is an improvement that is for us very, very important. That could be a milestone and a new game changer for the industry.
Yeah, definitely. And well, I can just see great benefits and advantages on the technical side, but also on the financial side. So, well, let's say if someone in the audience is considering this kind of workflow, what kind of performance gains or costs and time savings can they expect? Well, I'm basically reinforcing Paul's question, like tell us a little bit about the metrics, like turnaround time, field work reduction, maybe accuracy, and one thing that is very important on the customer side, the stakeholder confidence when it comes to data quality. Do you guys have any numbers or comparisons that you can share with us? Well, let's start maybe with Miguel first.
Well, for both questions, I have a number in mind that will make you realize the true power of TopoDOT. When we compared our technicians' timesheets before and after implementing the TopoDOT workflow, we have seen a reduction in processing time of around 60%.
Wow.
It's a huge number. So it really makes a huge difference in the hours spent on projects. And of course, has a huge impact on our costs. So using TopoDOT, we not only reduce costs, but we also manage to bring forward delivery schedules. And in the end, get more competitive. It's the most important thing in our business. So definitely TopoDOT comes to change our mindset here in Geotrilho, the way that we look to the business.
Thanks for the acknowledgement, Miguel. And what about you, Rafa? So any numbers and comparisons on the technology side?
From our perspective, I mean, the 1,000 points per square meter we said are, we think, an achievement that is an important one. We also get 1 centimeter GSD image resolution, both for the nadir and for the obliques, and we get an accuracy, an absolute accuracy of 2 centimeters with ground control points, and 4 or 5 without them, meaning that we can be very, very accurate for this kind of work. And talking about the processing, well, we know that we have to be efficient and go fast. We know that we can collect more than 150 miles per day. But once we collected them, our goal is that Miguel's team can save time and efforts so they don't waste time. So we put an effort as well to make sure the data is accurate, precise, and free of noise, so they can work with our data immediately after they receive it. Maybe Miguel can tell how much time anyone can lose if data is not accurate or has noise or is not well collected.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of time. When we get a point cloud with noise and with a lack of accuracy, as everyone can imagine, we lost a lot of time to try to get the proper data and start to extract the features and make the asset inventory. So in the end, a very accurate point cloud and without noise, it's the best way to start to work with TopoDOT.
And especially having this high density coming from
the high density,
systems.
The high density makes all the difference. It's the difference between, for example, our equipment from Regal to the Helimap's equipment that is Regal as well, but the rate acquisition, it's much higher than ours, so it's a huge difference. When we receive data from Helimap and start working, it's like a mobile scan. You can imagine from a airborne LiDAR, you have a point cloud almost similar as a mobile scan, a terrestrial mobile scan.
That's great, and well, that's basically how I call the TopoDOT magic when it comes to our community, because bringing all these technology and expertise basically to overcome this kind of challenges is great. And this is just valuable information and great tips for the audience. So thanks for sharing this with us, guys. Well, speaking about the audience, Paul raised the question. Let's see if anyone else has questions. I'm just checking here the Q&A ribbon. And by the way, guys, now it's the time. So if anyone has questions, please drop them either in the Q&A ribbon or in the chat window. Paul and Dylan will help us to address them. So I see here from Edilson, so related to the aerial laser scanning, which solution would you recommend to perform a survey when both accuracy and the point cloud density is required between installing the scanner to an helicopter, I believe, against a drone? So, well, that's a very good question, not only because now with all the legislation regarding to drones and unmanned systems. So maybe, well, Rafa, Miguel, if you want to, let's say, provide some more insights or what are the advantages of using an helicopter and aerial LiDAR system against maybe a drone.
Yeah, I can answer that question. Well, we also have a mini system, if you can we can call like this, from Regal, that we use in a drone. But when you go to drones, you have to use a more lighter equipment. So obviously, a lighter equipment will be not so accurate as an equipment installed in an helicopter. Starting by the LiDAR sensor, you have a lower rate of acquisition. You have less power in the laser, and the IMU unit, it's not so accurate as the IMU that we have in our system for helicopters. So
Okay.
it depends of the project that you have, and depends of the level of accuracy that you want. In any case, with our system installed in a drone, it's a Minivux from Regal. We are very happy with the level of accuracy that we can get in our projects. I will say we can get up to 3-4 centimeters accuracy level. So it's quite good when we are flying with the drone.
Yeah, and like you said, if the project scope and requirements allow, that's another option. But definitely using Helimap 6 Sense will bring other benefits and advantages. So, well, I have here another question from Dylan. If you guys can describe the benefits for capturing data using this methodology to map overhead catenary system, so the overhead wires. Either Miguel, Rafa, I believe this is related to the density and the accuracy. Previously, aerial LiDAR systems were not so well accepted when it comes to capturing these kind of assets, but like Rafa explained now, having 1,000 points per square meter, I don't think that will be a problem, but you guys can tell us a little bit more about this since you have mapped these areas.
Yes, I mean, we can see everything now. It's just a matter of having sensors that have enough room to adapt yourself to the project. So if you have flexibility flying higher or lower, putting more power or less on the system and so on, you will get almost everything you need. If the system is not powerful enough or is not adapted to what you need, then you have to do some concessions. You have to do some, okay, I won't be able to do it. But flying at these heights, at 200, 300 meters, we can get all the catenaries and small wires that we can see overhead. We do, for example, for distribution lines or these kind of things. It depends on the client. Sometimes they want the rail as well, very with a high definition. They can see exactly the shape of the rail for their modelings and so on. So we can get up to this level. And if they just need the catenaries for vegetation management, for example, then we can maybe fly higher and faster and be more efficient. So it comes, maybe I will also answer the question before to complete Miguel's answer. The choice between drones and helicopter is the performance, the precision that you may need. As he said, for maybe small projects or precisions good enough could be a good drone. If you need to do hundreds or thousands of miles and you need high precision, maybe the best is to you go with an helicopter and save time and be more go faster.
Great. Well, that's a great insight, and I totally agree with this perspective. And again, as I usually say to our customers, and Miguel have heard this from me multiple times, if the point cloud data supports the project scope and requirements, TopoDOT will also be able to extract everything that is needed. So just one last question to try to make this webinar within the time frame. I have a question here from Jennifer. What type of features can you confidently extract at ground level using these aerial data and basically using TopoDOT. So again, I think it's another question related to the point cloud density. So what kind of ground features are you guys able to extract, Miguel, using TopoDOT?
Well, with the point cloud is so dense that you can extract everything that you see. So we have a high density point cloud. Everything that the sensor can see, we can extract with TopoDOT. Catenaries, cables, poles, the rails, curbs, buildings. So there's no big issue to extract the features in a railway.
Right.
Well, we have always the shadow areas, but usually we don't have that kind of problem, because the most important thing is to extract the features of the rail, the poles and the wires and the cables and the drainage systems that are visible. So it's quite easy for us to get those features.
Great. Well, that's great. And well, thanks everyone for these questions. I'll just move on a little bit to, like I said, to try to keep this webinar within the time frame. So if anyone has other questions and want to address them either to Rafa or Miguel, just reach out to us and we will share their contact details at the end of the webinar. So before we wrap up, let's just take a quick moment to show how TopoDOT fits in this scenario. And Rafa and Miguel allow me to jump into the stage and share just a quick insight, some quick insights. Because, well, TopoDOT fits in this picture not just as a piece of software, I would say as a comprehensive process for digital twin production. Second, as a data governance solution, and a third, last but not least, I would say, with our consulting services to maximize the value of any kind of geospatial service. So, well, as a comprehensive process for this digital twin production, like we were able to see in the video example, and beyond other examples, TopoDOT supports multiple applications, as you can see in the screen, when it comes to automatic feature extraction from point cloud data. So either for railways or road projects, even civil structures, but beyond this, or in addition to this, TopoDOT also offers different features for advanced analysis to create geospatial reports and documentation. And if, in my opinion, this is often critical for civil infrastructure in the design and engineering phases, or during the construction or even maintenance and operation phases for any kind of transportation corridors and structures. So these key insights are very valuable for downstream operations. And typically those who need to access and consume the geospatial data that you guys provide and you guys create. So either data that has been captured in the field, processed in the office, and ultimately extracted, like Miguel said, and delivered as a digital representation. So typically what we call as a digital twin, so a digital representation of our physical world. So these downstream operations, and let me just use here my pointer. So these people that need this information typically don't have seamless access to geospatial information. This can be due to organizational silos or lack of tools or limited technical know-how. So that's where TopoDOT and TopoShare come in, ensuring that geospatial data is properly organized, accessible and efficiently shared across departments. So let's say connects the Geotrilho companies with any kind of supported operations. So as illustrated in this kind of workflow diagram, data flows from the field capture into processing and production phases, in this case, like Miguel said, using TopoDOT, resulting in a very accurate digital twin product, especially with data captured like stick sense and Helimap sensors. So this data is and can be stored and centralized in a data warehouse, and by the way, managed by each organization. So we don't touch into the data and we don't manage this organization part. And through TopoShare, these data sets become easily accessible via a secure web portal using any kind of internet web browser. So basically making this access point. And this setup guarantees that the right information in a specific format is delivered at the right time to the teams who need it most. So these supported operations, as I mentioned, it also ensures clear traceability and accountability, giving the confidence and especially ensuring reliability in the data used for any kind of critical decision making. So again, like I said, making the bridge between the people that generates these geospatial insights and the ones that need to make well-informed decision based on these data. So in a sense, TopoDOT and TopoShare bridge the gap between those who produce high precision geospatial data, again, like Geotrilho, and those who depend on it, for example, any road and rail concessionaires like you guys mentioned and Rafa shared before. So this enables smooth communication, faster decisions, and I would say smarter operations. Let's just see a quick example in practice. So how this operates in reality. So what you are seeing here is the TopoShare portal, which provides an intuitive overview of multiple projects and access links. And from this centralized data warehouse, we can select a specific project, for example, like this, open it, or give access permission to any other stakeholder, like an engineer, an architect, and so on. And all of these, as you can see in the screen, through a secure, elegant, and cost-effective way. So imagine like having access through your tablets or even smartphones. So this enables anyone involved in a project, whether technical or non-technical, to quickly understand the project context, visualize and interact with the data in multiple views, as you can see here. So we can inquire and get better context. And also download outputs in various formats. So imagine the feature feature extracted by Geotrilho, and also the point clouds captured by Helimap Sense. So beyond simple access, users can also query and analyze the data from different perspectives to support ongoing discussions. And when a deeper geospatial insight or additional processing is required, this feature, as you can see here, the TopoShare communication, ensures seamless interaction, so allowing these downstream operations, so the design and engineering teams and so on, to easily request clarifications, additional deliverables from the geospatial experts. So, for example, like from Geotrilho. So we call this approach a digital twin ecosystem on demand, where collaboration is unlimited, data is always accessible, and governance, of course, is optimized, as you could see. So the result is a high-impact digital twin production cost at the lowest possible cost and with maximum efficiency. So combining these solutions with our expert consulting services, as I mentioned before, we kind of empower organizations like Geotrilho to maximize the value of their geospatial operations and services. So this is achieved not only by improving the productivity, as Miguel mentioned, and also I would like to highlight the efficiency of data capture, like explained by Rafa. But also the productivity and efficiency of all these production teams. So in addition to the fact that you can also elevate data governance through TopoShare and collaboration workflows across any kind of rail or road infrastructure project. So let's basically think and summarize. In one package, like I said, you have a digital twin production software, a data governance solution, a geospatial expert consulting services to maximize the value of your offers, where basically this impact just reflects like lower processing costs, higher quality deliverables, improved communication, as you could witness, faster project timelines, for example, and well, overall a great geospatial capacity. So, and on top of that, Miguel highlighted this. So when you have an expensive scanning system, you can basically have a better utilization of it. Like we demonstrated, for example, in the previous video. So all of which translates directly, as you can see in this chart, into increased revenue and profitability. So if you decrease the inefficiency of your geospatial operations and the communication between stakeholders, you will basically just end up increasing the profit of your projects. So, well, if anyone would like to know more about this offer and witness these results, like acknowledged by Miguel, just contact us scanning this QR code, and either in US or in Europe, so across the world, we will basically get back to you with a tailored evaluation. And now, well, back to you guys, especially to thank you, Miguel and Rafa, for sharing your thoughts and the insights, and of course to make this webinar possible. I'm pretty sure you also want to follow up with some questions that you have in the chat window and the Q&A ribbon. So if anyone is interested in learning more about your services and technology, how can people get in touch with you guys? Maybe Miguel.
Well, if you want some more detailed clarifications about the software, you can email us, or even if you want, you can call us, and we have all the pleasure to clarify you guys or help in any doubts that you have about the workflow, the software, or even about the LiDAR system. But I think Rafa will be the expert as to clarify you as well. So be yourself comfortable to contact us.
Right. So, guys, please make sure you take notes of Miguel's contact detail, and of course, after sharing this webinar recording, you can also take the information from there. And in your case, Rafa, I believe it's basically the same. You are more than happy to support the guys.
Exactly. If you have any question regarding accuracy, precision, density, or potential projects where you want to know if airborne LiDAR data could be the solution, we are here to assist you and to discuss with you. So you have here my contact, my email, and my LinkedIn profile. So please feel free to be in touch with us. We'll be happy to help.
Right, and I'm pretty sure anyone that reach out to you guys, so Miguel and Rafa will be well served and well assisted. So I trust you guys to basically make me proud of this TopoDOT community. So, well, to the audience, like I said, take note of Miguel and Rafa contacts. Reach out to them if you have any questions. In case you want our support, we can also make the bridge between you guys and them. Well, let me tell you that this webinar will be available in the next days through our online platform. So website, YouTube channel, now we call TopoDOT TV. So please stop by and see the latest news. Also our social media like LinkedIn, Instagram, and so on. So Dylan is your man basically to provide you all the information. And again, to Miguel and Rafa, of course, thanks for helping us with this webinar, for sharing all these tips and tricks and all these insights. And to the audience, again, thanks for joining us in today's webinar. And I hope to see you, all of you, very soon. Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Miguel.
everyone.
Thank you, Rafa.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.